At 41 years old, LeBron James is signing a 2-year, $8 million deal to play his 24th NBA season with the Philadelphia 76ers. Almost instantly, local media and fans crowned this the greatest offseason in franchise history. Over in Vegas, odds makers reacted just as fast. In a matter of days, the Sixers' odds to win the NBA Finals spiked from plus 2,000 to plus 1,000, bumping their implied probability to over 9%. The logic seems obvious. You take the greatest player of this generation, plug him into an already elite core, and print the championship t-shirts. But while this roster looks terrifying on a sportsbook app, championship basketball is governed by physical and financial realities that Vegas odds completely ignore. The most stubborn physical constraint in the sport is simple. There is only one basketball on the court. Philadelphia now has to divide it among 4 clear-cut alpha scorers: Joel Embiid, Jaylen Brown, Tyrese Maxey, and LeBron James. Historically, stacking this many ball-dominant players on a single roster creates severe tactical friction. Players lose their rhythm, the offense gets stagnant, and spacing breaks down. Then there is the financial constraint. By acquiring Jaylen Brown and using exceptions to sign depth pieces like Anthony Simons and Dean Wade, the 76ers have triggered a strict hard cap. To understand how high this team can actually fly, we have to look past the breaking news hype. We need to evaluate the actual on-court fit, the developmental sacrifices they are making, and the ticking financial time bomb in their front office. The first major hurdle is usage rate. It is an estimate of the percentage of team plays used by a specific player while they are on the floor, and it is the best tool we have for predicting star player compatibility. Joel Embiid carries a historically massive usage rate. To be effective, he absolutely requires the offense to stop so he can get isolation post touches. Jaylen Brown operates as an aggressive primary wing creator who needs the ball in his hands to attack the rim. Tyrese Maxey relies on having the ball to maximize his elite downhill speed and force the defense to react to his playmaking gravity. And LeBron James has been the primary offensive engine and fulcrum of every single team he has played for over the last 2 decades. This stacked bar chart maps the ideal usage rates of Embiid, Brown, Maxey, and James. Added together, the total easily exceeds the 100% capacity of a single game. Because of this overflow, at least 2 stars will be forced into uncomfortable off-ball roles. Having 4 stars gives you incredible insurance if someone gets hurt. But when they all share the floor against elite playoff defenses, this setup actively maximizes the risk of clunky, your turn, my turn isolation basketball. That logjam trickles down to VJ Edgecombe, the franchise's prized sophomore cornerstone and the player most affected by this blockbuster signing. Before LeBron arrived, Edgecombe was projected to develop into a primary wing creator, taking on high-level reps alongside Maxey and Brown. But inserting James into the starting 5 instantly demotes Edgecombe to the 5th option on offense. This decision tree maps a standard half-court possession. With 4 established stars demanding touches, Edgecombe's path leads almost exclusively to a corner catch-and-shoot role. For a young player, these peripheral reps offer very low developmental value, losing out on high-value on-ball growth. Some argue that Edgecombe will benefit just by soaking up knowledge in the same locker room as James and Brown. Mentorship is valuable, but the reality is that Philadelphia is actively sacrificing their best young players' organic on-court development to squeeze a few extra years of veteran playmaking out of this roster. Off the court, the situation is even more precarious. The NBA's new collective bargaining agreement features deeply punitive salary cap rules designed to punish bloated rosters. The Sixers are already hard-capped at the first apron after using their mid-level exception to sign reserve players like Simons and Wade. This timeline projects the team's payroll over the next 3 seasons. As Maxey and Brown's extensions kick in, the total shoots sharply upward, crossing the second apron. This triggers devastating penalties, frozen draft picks, and a total ban on buyout market signings. And remember, LeBron is entering his age 42 season, and Joel Embiid has a historically fragile injury record. Staking your entire financial future on their health is a precarious house of cards. This structure keeps their championship window open for a very brief moment, but guarantees a painful, asset-depleted salary cap disaster by 2028. The Philadelphia 76ers did not build a sustainable basketball dynasty. They built a fragile, high-risk tactical experiment. This quadrant chart plots NBA roster strategies by impact and timeline. The 76ers sit explicitly in the top left corner. High impact, but a very short window. This strategy is perfect for a front office desperate for immediate relevance, and for fans willing to endure a messy regular season just to have a puncher's chance in May. But if you are a dynasty-minded fan banking on VJ Edgecombe's breakout, or an analyst who prioritizes organic spacing and long-term cap sustainability, this is a nightmare scenario. Adding LeBron James undeniably makes Philadelphia one of the most dangerous playoff teams in the Eastern Conference right now. But if the Sixers fail to win a championship within the next 18 to 24 months, the combination of tactical friction, stunted youth development, and a collapsed salary cap will make this gamble one of the most devastating miscalculations in NBA history.